Hey, everybody. Welcome back to a new edition of Friday Night Review. Tonight, I am joined by the Alpha Wolf, Sean B., a.k.a. Sin City Wolf Sean. We have right below me is Metalcore Mike, also known now as Metal Mike. They are coming at us from the table spot, normally on Sunday nights on both Rivet City Radio Twitch and Off the Top YouTube. And the other gentleman is not there. That is also the newest member of the Friday Night Review crew. That would be Phil, whenever he decides to grace us with his presence. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Good.
It's Friday night.
It's New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Eve.
Will is in the chat. Surprise, motherfuckers.
Last Friday of the year.
Small fries, motherfuckers. And then, especially for Sean, Five Guys, motherfuckers.
Let's leave that in 2023. Can we? No.
Well, we still have 2 days left for that, so we'll keep that going. Welcome back, Phil. How we doing?
It's lagging all over the place. We're doing good though. We're doing good.
Okay. Well,
I might have to join on my phone if anything.
If you do have to come back on a different atmosphere, not a big deal. We'll still be here for you. Just drop us a little note in the private chat so we know what's going on. All right. Hey Shane, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Yeah, I miss you guys over at in the NHL community. Haven't been doing much of that this year once VG went down. And we all miss you, Will. It's been a while since we've seen that face. So
I miss Will a lot. I really do.
It's been a while, right? Like
it really has been.
It's the end of the year. We're going through our little break. We're getting recharged for coming back 2024, making it a big thing. We have a lot on the horizon here within Off the Top and Bot Spots or Chair Shots under the River City umbrella. We have a lot going on. We got some big things coming. We are excited. I can definitely tell you I'm excited where we're going. I know Mike is because he has some big things coming. Sean is ready. He's been sitting there. Man, this is going to be good. New edition of Phil. Man, we're ready. But tonight, we are talking about the AEW World's End pay-per-view. Perfect. Phil said he'll be back. We are talking about the World's End pay-per-view tomorrow night, taking place from Nassau Coliseum. It is the last time that Sting will be wrestling in Long Island, in New York. And what makes that great is this fucker's going to be there. So is that guy. And then once Phil gets back, he'll be there as well, too. So 3 out of the 4 guys are going tomorrow night. It's going to be awesome.
Rub it in my face, why don't you?
Oh, shut up, mister. Shut up, mister. I'm going to Hard to Kill in January. Stop it.
I was about to say, this is the part where Sean goes, oh, you guys are bragging. Stop bragging. But yeah, you're going to a pay-per-view in January, the first TNA pay-per-view.
Right. Bringing TNA back the first pay-per-view. Please. Hop on a plane. I'm sure they can get tickets for tomorrow night. It is AEW.
You can make it. It's only 9:14 here. Pay-per-view starts in 23 hours. You know, just catch a red eye. You'll be all right.
Oh yeah, I'm like on the Rock or something. We could just report.
There we go.
Much better.
I am so sorry about that, guys.
No, you're fine.
Welcome back.
So we were explaining how 3 of us are going tomorrow night to the show, and we're all hyped for it as hell.
Indeed. Yes.
Oh, I'm jealous.
I was going crazy on Wednesday night when they announced this Sting match because that's all I
loved
wanted.
it.
That's all I wanted. I didn't care who he was wrestling. I just wanted to see him one last time in Long Island because the last time I saw Sting wrestle there was when he was with WCW.
The last time I seen Sting wrestle was in 2011 at Bound for Glory against Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Well, the last time I seen Sting wrestle was WrestleMania 31. So
Ooh.
I think the last time I saw Sting wrestle was in AEW. It was at I think it was like the first Grand Slam or something like that
Oh wait,
that
no.
they did.
It might have been Revolution this year. Did he wrestle at Revolution this year?
Yes.
I think he did.
That
yeah.
was the last time in San Francisco.
I could double check for you.
I saw him
mean-
at least in this AEW run. I know that for sure. But I wanted to
me
see him
too.
at least one more time before.
It was just
He
so
hung it up.
forgettable that unfortunately, that I forgot about it.
I'm just
I
so
was
glad
really-
though that we get to see it.
That's all. I just want to be able to. I get to sing Jericho's theme tomorrow night. I get to see
Yes.
Sting come out. Like, I really don't care what happens. I'm happy. That's
Honestly, with how everything kind of turned out with Kenny, obviously it's never good that Kenny went down with what he did. All wishes and prayers to Kenny. But this is honestly a really good backup plan, if anything. This is a good audible in a way
See,
to get people in there and
Since Phil
Make it
brought
happen.
that up, Mike, does that null and void our
Yeah,
predictions for?
because that match is no longer happening.
Yes. So
Thank
that
God.
so the tag team title match, yeah, I crossed it out already.
So
And
really wrong about Dolph Ziggler being his partner. It was
Number-
fucking Sammy Guevara. Like,
number 2.
I thought it was just going to be Sammy and
And,
Jericho versus them, but they just went with the 8-man tag.
Number 2, Sting did not wrestle at Revolution this year.
well, it might have been like Dynamite or something in that week's run that they were here in California for.
Could have been.
But yeah, I'm excited for the show tomorrow night. So let's get into the predictions. So right now there are 11 matches on a card, 2 matches on the 0-hour part of the card. So we're not going to cover the 20-man battle royal because they haven't announced who's actually in it yet.
No one's in
So-
there yet.
It's just a TBA 20 participants. God only knows.
That's crazy. Most tag teams, guys, probably.
I because it's so random, I think Wardlow's winning. Like, that's just like the person I would think, except if he's part of this Devil storyline,
Yeah.
which I'm excited because now we're going to see the reveal of that tomorrow night too.
And it is for a future TNT title shot, apparently anytime, anywhere. So
Yeah.
like it's just whenever
That's-
they want it.
All right, guys. I have the insider knowledge. I know
Okay.
who's gonna win it. It's my boy Goldberg.
If we get to
That
see
is the
Goldberg
last-
on one on
I had to get the last one out for 2023. I'm sorry.
and hopefully it's the last one ever.
on Long Island. I am fuck Bill Goldberg. That's all I have to say.
I mean,
Um,
like I said, the last time I saw a wrestling event at Long Island was for Nitro, so I got to see Goldberg then too.
So this is my first AEW show.
Me too.
Okay.
So obviously AEW pay-per-view. I've been to one WWE televised show, and that was Elimination Chamber in 2020, a week before the world shut down. And then I've been to 2 TNA pay-per-views. I went to Lockdown in 2009 and Bound for Glory in 2011.
We
Maybe
went
with the
to,
And then I
Multiverse
went
of
to
Madness.
the Impact pay-per-view this past August with these 2 guys.
yeah, it was the New Japan and the Impact one, the combined one.
I can't
which
wait
was
to
a
go to my
great
second
show.
TNA pay-per-view in
That was a great show.
January.
I was
You
glad
going to
you
Hard to
guys
Kill?
kind of made me go.
Yeah, I'm going hard.
yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, we forced you. We were like, just get a ticket.
Yep. That's exactly you pretty much did, and I was glad I did. So it turned out to be a great show.
It was.
This will be my first AEW pay-per-view, so I'm really excited for it.
And the ECW arena was really cool. I
It
enjoyed that experience. I did.
Not in the
Which way?
AC way though. It was hot up in there. Like I was sweating. The fuck is wrong with you, Philly? Like,
All right, so let's not. I don't think we should do the FTW match because who really cares about that belt anyway?
Hook.
Unsanctioned. anyways. It's not even a sanctioned belt.
who's he facing anyways?
Yuta.
Yuta.
Who cares? Who's Yuta? No one cares about Yuta.
So let's get the throwaway match out of the way. The 8-man tag match that was made for no apparent reason except just to get people on the card.
Mhm.
You got Claudio Castagnoli, Bryan Danielson, Mark Briscoe, and Daniel Garcia versus Brody King, Jay White, Jay Lethal, and Roosh.
The rest of the Continental Classic members. I mean, I'll go Team Bryan. That just makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, this feels like it's going to be team face all the way. You're going to have them win unless something happens where Danielson turns on them. And I don't think that's going to happen because it's too close to the G1 Classic. And we all know Danielson's going to be, not the G1 Classic, Wrestle Kingdom. And you know Danielson's going to be out there for Wrestle Kingdom. So I'm going team face.
I have so much more of a feeling that maybe the rest of the House of Black gets involved to come out and help Brody. So I'm actually going to go team heel on this one. I'm going with Brody King's team because I have a feeling that the House of Black is.
Aren't they doing the teams by Blue League and Gold League?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danielson's Blue League, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be my pick too. Is the
babyface side?
Yeah. They need to start having Danielson win if it's technically his last full-time year as a wrestler. He said full-time, not like I'm retiring. But
yeah, he's slowing down, but
yeah.
I mean, he has been winning, and it's just, I don't know, the finals, the semifinals. What's going on, Mikey P? The semifinals from this past Wednesday, where you had the triple threat, and then you had Danielson versus Eddie Kingston. Even though I know Phil is ecstatic about this, it was predictable. Once you knew once Moxley won the first match, you knew who was winning the second match.
The King of the Bums.
Where if you would have had the Kingston and Bryan Danielson match first, with Kingston winning, you could have had any one of those guys come out and win, and you would have been more unpredictable because of the storyline between Jay White and Eddie Kingston. Because Kingston is the reason Jay White cannot wrestle in New Japan.
Yep.
And this would have been the way for White to get back into the door by beating Kingston in the finals to get the belt back.
Like I get that all makes story sense too, but it still pisses me off they didn't pull the trigger on Swerve.
But Swerve didn't need this.
He wasn't meant to win this.
He was meant to look great in this.
Yes.
Without losing. And that's what he did because he didn't take the pin.
Yeah, they definitely accomplished that. There's one thing that threw me off about this. Eddie Kingston at the beginning of this tournament said that whoever won this would get a shot at his championships and the Continental Classic belt would be on the line. Okay. I thought that throughout the tournament, whoever he faced, because I swear I heard that too, was that whoever he faced, his championships were going to be on the line in every match.
That's what we all speculated because no one knew what was going on.
Like, even if he didn't make it to the finals like he's in now, like...
If he didn't make it, the belts were still on the line.
So his championships would, if he wasn't in the finals, it would have been Moxley versus, whoever won on the side of Kingston.
Correct.
See, now that kind of throws me off, though, because then what? Kingston would just have to hand his belts over to whoever won that side?
Essentially, yes.
Rather than that would just be, that would have been, the thing I would have understood was either A, he was defending the belts as he went on through the tournament, or B, whoever won the tournament, if he wasn't in the finals, he would face the winner with all three belts on the line in a separate match.
Yeah, it's just
that was my understandings. So, but Eddie Kingston was one of my predicted because of the fact when he came out and said that he's putting his championships on the line. That's when I was like, okay, Kingston's going to be there. But then it was all to whoever was going to make it on the side with Moxley and Swerve. And that side was so jam-packed with guys that, I'll be honest, I didn't sit here and predict that Moxley was going to get there. I thought maybe it would have been Swerve or somebody else. But I'm happy it's Swerve I'm happy it's Mox and Kingston. I'm not complaining.
Haley, we're all going. Me, Phil, Mike, we're all going to be there tomorrow as well. So let's talk about this Eddie Kingston versus Jon Moxley match. Who does everybody have?
Can I go
Do
first?
they pull the trigger?
It's got to be Kingston. It's got to be. Moxley doesn't need it. He does not need to win the Triple Crown.
Yeah,
I'm going to King of the Bums. Fucking Kingston. He needs to prove himself.
Get him that Triple Crown like all his heroes.
I don't like Eddie Kingston. I don't like him. He doesn't do anything for me as a wrestler. And Moxley's going to be bleeding. So this is going to be Moxley's chance to bleed. I think Eddie's going to bleed too. I like that there is a storyline behind it with these two from everything that happened in the past. And I do think Eddie will win because it is in New York. If it was anywhere else, he wouldn't win.
So I want to kind of put this out there before I make my pick. Are you taking the over or under on Mox bleeding within 5 minutes?
The over.
So you think it's going to be over 5 minutes before he starts bleeding?
Oh, no. I think it's going to be under. Sorry about that.
You're taking the under. Okay. So I hear it.
Yeah, it's coming from Phil.
Okay. So I'll say this. I'm a huge fan of Eddie Kingston. I've been a fan of him since he showed up on my TV in the NWA. When I seen him show up to face Cody for the TNT title, I was like, yes, this man needs to be on a bigger platform. He's doing great in NWA, but I would love to see him in AEW, and it finally happened. For him to have even the Ring of Honor World title on his shoulder, around his waist, makes me happy, and they are finally putting him in the place where he needs to be. Moxley does not need this win, and their last match that they had with the AEW World title was an awesome match, and I think they are not going to disappoint us in this. I'm going with Eddie Kingston on this, though.
Yeah, I think we all have Eddie going over in this match. Yeah, I agree, Will. I mean, like I said, I don't like him. I don't really want him winning, but it makes the most sense. Yeah. So let's talk about the person who Sean thought should win this match. So we have Swerve Strickland versus Keith Lee. You want to start this one, Sean?
Oh, I didn't even know they put that on the match.
Mm-hmm.
On the match card. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to go with Swerve. He's on a roll. Like if they let Keith Lee win, that'd be stupid to just like derail like Swerve's momentum like that. Like it won't kill it, but
oh no, it would be like hitting a brick wall.
Yeah, they gotta go with Swerve. It has to be Swerve. I'm picking Swerve.
If they don't have Swerve win this, then what was the point? Like, come on. Like, Swerve has to win that. Like, after everything that he has been through with this meteoric rise, him losing to Keith Lee would be terrible. And that's no diss to Keith.
Yeah, you can even use the Mogul Embassy to even help him win. Like, that heel.
It's no diss to Keith, but this storyline has been so far gone from people's minds.
Mm-hmm.
It does not matter.
I was just about to say that, like, these two guys were so far apart for so long. And just at the snap of a finger, like, oh, Keith Lee is, putting out the challenge if you accept. Like, the only thing that bugged me, like, on Wednesday night, I wish Swerve would have just signed the contract and been done. Not this whole, like, oh, wait to see if he shows up or whatever and then walk away. Like, no, just sign the contract. Yeah. Be done with it. It would have been a lot stronger of a promo for him, especially after the match that he just went through in the triple threat. Like, I think it would have been a lot better for him to do that. But I'm definitely going Swerve on this one too. It would be a huge hit of a brick wall, like Scalz said, if they have him lose to Keith Lee. It would make sense.
And we were supposed to see Keith Lee on Wednesday. He's like, I'm going to show up on Wednesday, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my hands on Swerve Strickland. And he no-showed. He was not there. So I don't know what happened with that. But regardless, if Swerve does not win this, that's a huge miss. And they should not take away his momentum that quickly. Or like that.
I have a hot take on this match. I think Swerve squashes Keith Lee.
Oh, he should.
Like this match, less than 5 minutes. Squash.
I don't see Keith Lee being in AEW for that much longer anyway.
Yeah, 5 more minutes.
Okay, so you just think this is going to be his last match in AEW?
They've done nothing. They've done nothing for him.
Yeah.
Well, hasn't he been over on the Ring of Honor side of things lately?
Yes.
Yeah, he's been with Shane Taylor.
Yeah.
But
to be fair, he does have that heart condition, so it's kind of like he's wrestling.
Yeah,
Also, to be fair, who really watches Ring of Honor now after everything that went through?
Fair.
But yeah, I think Swerve's going to win this one. Let's go to the other match that was added this past Wednesday: Miro versus Andrade El Idolo.
I don't see Andrade lasting that much longer in AEW either.
Especially with Zelina re-signing recently and Charlotte re-signing. They both re-signed brand new deals.
Yeah.
So
I like the pairing with him and CJ, that's for sure. But it wasn't ever going to be like a long lasting type of deal. I would love to see Andrade get the win, but with my thinking of him not being in AEW that much longer, I think he goes out on his back.
I'm not a huge fan of this storyline to begin with, because it's
Right.
almost like they picked up the pieces of what they dropped in WWE with Bobby Lashley.
That's
almost
fair.
like they did, was pick up the pieces of that. Like,
that's pretty much exactly what happened.
That's fair. Yeah.
Pretty much Miro's getting cut again.
I mean, I think this will be a good match. I mean, these two are going to put on a really good match.
Right.
I mean, does this rivalry end on Saturday? Probably, maybe. It all depends on how things go. I think Miro wins this match. But if he does, that needs to be the end of it. Like, he just needs to move forward.
Right.
He does. And if they're gonna do something with him and CJ being apart like they've been, then do something to where she's bouncing around to, like, say he starts rivaling. Let's take I'm just gonna say a name, Kenny Omega. Let's take Kenny Omega for a second. Say he started rivaling with Kenny Omega. CJ should go with him. And then if he starts rivaling with Swerve, then she switches to him. Like, have her follow Miro and build it to the point where those two actually come together.
Yeah.
But don't make it long lasting. Like 3 months, doesn't have to be that long. But have it something like that, to where she follows him like a shadow.
Yeah. I have Miro winning this. I think Andrade is pretty much done in AEW. He's going to be moving on.
Yeah. Miro's the way to go.
Let's tackle one of the two women's matches. This is the TBS Championship.
1 second. Who does Sean have?
Yeah, Alpha didn't say anything.
I thought he did. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Miro as well.
Okay.
I believe, we don't know what's going on with the contract of Andrade, so.
All right. Sorry about that, Sean. I thought you'd.
No, that's all good.
So let's head over to the TBS Championship. Julia Hart versus Abaddon.
Julia. I mean, Abaddon's actually, kind of gotten on my good side as of late, but she ain't winning that title. It's too soon. And if anything, Julia's just killing it.
Yeah, I don't think Julia's losing it either. As much as I love Abaddon, I don't see her dropping the title this soon.
Especially with the new addition of Sky Blue being on her side. I think that's gonna keep the belt with Julia Hart for a little while longer. So I have her winning this match as well.
I do see Thunder Rosa coming out to help Abaddon if Sky Blue does get involved, though.
I took Abaddon on this one. As much as I like seeing Julia Hart finally get her opportunity to hold the title, and they're highlighting her with, especially with the work that she's done all year to get where she's at. Abaddon is basically, in my eyes, in the same position Statlander was. They kept giving Statlander shots and they wouldn't do anything with it. Then they finally pulled the trigger and said, okay, Jade's out of here. Let's have you go out and win this title. But Abaddon was on that hiatus of not seeing her as much. She was basically just doing like AEW Dark and Dark Elevation matches, not on TV a lot. Now we're finally seeing her on TV. And as much as I hate to say Julia Hart being, like I said the other night, I don't believe she was she would be a transitional, because I believe she did defend this title since winning it. Still, from pay-per-view to pay-per-view, I feel like they're going to transition and give it to Abaddon. These two can go a couple matches. Like we've seen it with Charlotte and Sasha in the past with WWE. They flopped the title around a couple times. This could
Sasha always flopped the title. She never had a successful defense of any of her titles, except for the tag belts.
And that's what I mean, though. Like they can do something like that with these two, but at the same time, they don't have to do it as frequently, because like back then when we seen it with Sasha and Charlotte, it was, Sasha would win it on Raw, but then Charlotte would win it at the pay-per-view, and then Sasha would win it the next night on Raw, only for Charlotte to come out the next week and win it. Like they did that. Don't do that with this belt, but they can do that with this belt, but span it out. But don't do it so much.
All right, Phil. Jamie, I saw your comment about the Devil. We'll touch base on that when we get to the main event. We're going to save that conversation for everything all together. So everybody's picked for this match then. Before I move on.
Yeah, I think everybody went Julia except me.
Okay. So let's move on to the other 8-man tag match, which is the one I'm excited for because it has Sting in it. So we have Sting, Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Darby Allin versus Ricky Starks, Big Bill, Takeshita, and Powerhouse Hobbs.
I'll say this. The Don Callis family, whether you like them or hate them, they've been hot this year. Kenny Omega getting beat, twice by Takeshita. They've been winning at pay-per-views, winning on TV. Like the Don Callis family has been hot. But I will say this, I don't think they're going to have, even with Sammy Guevara being involved and it's an 8-man tag, I don't think they're going to have Sammy lose on his first night back. I'm going with Jericho's team.
What have they done?
They're not going to have Sting lose.
Well,
that's what I was thinking.
That was going to be my point. Sting has never lost a match in AEW. Doesn't matter about Sammy being there.
Right.
Sting, they're not going to have Sting lose. But to touch base on what Mike was saying, what has Takeshita done after beating Kenny Omega twice, though?
Not a damn thing.
So
what has the Don Callis family done?
He's had all that momentum, and then nothing has happened. So
yeah,
I'm gonna have my pick is for Sting and his team to win this match.
Choosing Sting, Team Sting.
Yeah, Team Sting for sure. The Don Callis family just fell off. Like they haven't been on TV. They have not been on TV for the majority of the time after Takeshita beat Kenny. So I like the makeup of the Don Callis family. I actually like the Don Callis family a lot. I think they all add a lot to the product, but they haven't done anything much of anything after all of that. So Team Sting.
All right. Any other comments on this match before we move along?
No.
We're good.
All right. So we went through that. We went through that. We went through that. That. All right. So let's tackle the other women's match. This is the AEW Women's World Championship, which has Timeless Toni Storm versus Rio.
Who gagged
The
like
fact
that?
that you threw up for saying Timeless Toni Storm, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I hate this gimmick. I hate it. I hate it. This is the
Scout,
worst thing in
that
AEW
is-
right now.
That's
Scalz,
the worst thing.
terrible.
Scalz,
Oh my
you-
god, that is no. Don't
Gals, you
don't
took
do
the
that.
dry heave right out of my mouth.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't care about my
No.
predictions. I want Rio to win this match. Rio is winning.
Rio's not winning that title. Get out of here. It's Tony.
Toni Storm, with the help of the beautiful and magnificent Mariah May, is retaining the title.
Mariah May has been wasted since she's been there.
She hasn't had a
Mariah
match
May
yet.
got booed out of the
She has
building
been
in her first
wasted. She is a
promo.
phenomenal wrestler, and they have her being a stalker valet to Toni Storm. She's being wasted.
She's having her first
She got
match
booed out of the
on
building in front of
Wednesday.
when she was in front of the audience for the first time. It's bad.
I mean, isn't that what
I
she's
like
supposed to
Mariah
do?
May.
Was it just me or was Mariah
Regardless.
May and Riho wearing the same thing on Wednesday? They were wearing the same wardrobe on Wednesday.
I didn't pay attention to that.
I mean, whoever's booking the women's division might have a schoolgirl fetish. You don't know.
I was just about to say that. Like, they had the whole schoolgirl look going on. But anyways, as much as I would love to see Riho win the title back, because I'm a huge fan of Riho. I've been since day one. I have been. I don't think they're going to take it off Toni Storm right now. I don't. I think they might try and build something up if Thunder Rosa were to get away from the storyline that she's in, that once she gets warmed up and back into the swing of things, I have a feeling Thunder Rosa gets back into the mix of the world title and not so much around the TNT title or the TBS title. Sorry.
She doesn't want it. She doesn't want the championship.
But I mean, it's still putting her around that in that picture, whether she wants it or not.
I
Just
know, but
Put her in
He's
that
interested.
division at least.
You know, yeah. But I don't see Toni Storm losing it right now.
Ugh.
Well, I'm going Toni Storm.
Tony's
on
hot
this
right
one.
now.
She is not
She
hot.
got the
It's
fans behind her.
It is the stupidest thing on
Except
TV
Scalz.
right now. This is the stupidest thing on TV. I'm sorry. She left WWE because she got a pie in the face in the middle of a title setup to go to AEW to pull oranges out of her ass and have a big metal pan in front of a ref and win a match. Like, it's the same stupid shit, but it's okay because she thought of it. It just doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't, like, you leave one company because they threw a pie in your face to come over to here for you to pull an orange out of your ass.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
And she can make a lot of money with those oranges, you know.
Yeah. I really hope she loses. And if it happens, I am going to be screaming in Mike's face. I
She
told
ain't
you
listening.
so. I told you so.
I completely 100% understand your frustrations because I'm not a fan of Toni Storm. Granted, she's been
She's a
doing.
great wrestler. This gimmick is just not. I can't with this gimmick.
I'll say this: she's
But
been
that's-
doing okay things with this gimmick, character, whatever you want to call it. But it was resonating with me at the start. It lost me very quickly. It did. It lost me very quickly.
I don't know how you guys don't like it. This gimmick is timeless. What you mean?
I didn't like it at the start, but as it continued to go on, I was okay with it.
I have to get my puns out before 2024. All right.
This is crazy to me.
The one thing that really bothers me with it is the fact of, and I say this all the time, when she does her whole silent movie things that she does, they play a commercial break and they do a picture in picture. I'm sorry, the commercial catches my attention more than what she's doing.
Haven't they like not?
Well,
stopped that?
that's just all poor timing.
No, it's not. It's intentional.
Well, not poor timing, but that's just poor management on how they got
But
to
that-
figure that out.
That's how Tony Khan has come out and said that is intentional that they're doing that
All right,
because
well,
it's
then
a
he's an
silent
idiot for
because it's
doing
a
it that way.
silent movie. They don't want any sound for it.
Well, Tony Khan, I'm sorry, but I'm one fan that you're not catching my attention with it. I'd rather watch a KFC commercial than watch Tony Storm's silent
I can't.
fucking
He's an
movie.
idiot for doing it that way. Then that's terrible.
I really hate this gimmick. That is like
To be fair, from production value, you don't really want like dead air on TV, which
No, you
silent
don't.
movies must be.
But in
I mean,
back when they used to do silent movies, they used to have like the old school like tavern music playing, like the piano music thing. Do
Right.
that.
yeah,
Do that. Then there's no silence. Silent movies, it does have music in them, just no talking.
I'll give you this about the gimmick. It is stupid when she comes out to the ring that's black and white and then randomly switches back to color and then black and white and then to color. Like, if you're going to have her come out, keep it black and white then. Like,
she is not Marilyn Monroe, and that's what she's trying to be. She's not, and that's probably too old for you, Sean and Phil.
I know
You don't know
Marilyn
who she
Monroe.
is.
I know who that
Marilyn
is.
Monroe.
Thanks for making me feel old,
Jesus.
Scalz.
Well, I
Scalz,
know.
I'm in my 30s, bro. I know Marilyn
Okay,
Monroe.
and okay. So
I'm
who was
25.
Marilyn?
I
who
know
did
who
Marilyn
that
Mon-
is, at least.
Who did she date? Let's see if we
John
know
F.
that.
Kennedy. John F. Kennedy.
And who else?
That's all I know. John F. Kennedy.
I knew John F. Kennedy. That's it.
Not a new place.
I'm in my 30s, but I'm in my young 30s, all right?
All right, let's move on because before I get sick to my stomach again, just talking about her, I
You
can't.
already are, and that's
I
making
am.
me
You're-
sick.
It's this will probably be my bathroom break match tomorrow night.
I'll
Except
be
for
the
the fact
Tony
this is
Mark.
where if Mercedes Moné shows up, this is where it's going to happen.
I'll be the
Yeah,
Tony
yeah.
Mark here. That's fine.
As you're walking out, Scalz, I take a 2X.
I like Tony. Sean, don't.
So now we have 2 matches left on the card. I saved both of these for the end because they are probably the
Okay.
2 most engrossed storylines right now in AEW. We'll go with the TNT Championship first. We have a no disqualification match between Christian Cage and Adam Copeland. Who wants to start this one?
I'll go. I think this is where Adam Copeland needs to win. He needs to win this, or this whole feud's for nothing. Like, obviously that's why he left WWE too, is because they won't give him fucking title shots and like put the title on Adam Copeland. And then down the road, whoever wins the 20-man, they'll dethrone Adam and then set up the fucking tag team storyline for him and Christian to get back together.
I think you're
So-
extending this again. Sorry.
You think what?
If you wanted to go ahead.
So it's no DQ match. We know that that Christian's boy's gonna get involved. I forget his name.
Hook?
No,
No, not Hook. It's Nick Wayne.
Wayne.
Nick Wayne.
there we go. Yeah, I
Kill
forgot his
switch.
name. But anyways, yeah,
Nick
kill,
Wayne's
there we
mom.
go. Kill switch. We'll go with kill switch. Not kill switch. What was Nick Wayne's the prodigy? They called
The
him.
Prodigy, yes, this is the Prodigy,
Right.
Nick Wayne.
Okay, so Roxanne
Well,
Perez
anyways,
got it.
I have a feeling that he's obviously going to get involved. A lot of people are saying that they think that Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, whatever you're going to want to call him, when he shows up, a lot of people are trying to say that he might be the devil. I don't think so. I think he's actually going to come out and help out Copeland. Adam's going to win this match and win the title, but this feud's not going to be over even with Adam winning the title. And Adam's finally going to have backup with Nick Nemeth being his backup. I think this is when he makes his debut, is by helping Adam Copeland and backing him up.
You know, it's so like far left field. That's not because I know he just signed to TNA again. What if for like a special moment? What if the Edgeheads reunite and help Adam Copeland? What if you see Matt Cardona and Brian Myers come and help fucking? I mean, they're in New York.
And he would do
You know?
that. If they weren't in TNA, he would do that. I don't know. I think you would, because this is their second match that they are having against each other. First match kind of ended and whatever that was with Nick Wayne's mom. With it being a whole no DQ thing, I think you're going to extend this again. I have Christian retaining the title, and in their third match, I think Copeland gets to come up and gets the title then. But other than that, I think we get Christian retaining the title here.
My issue with that thinking is that means Edge would have had to win Adam would have had to win the first match. He's not going to go down 0-2 and then have a third match. You really only have 3 matches in
That
the
is fair,
set
but
when you have one go back and forth. So
that is fair, but this whole no DQ thing is going to have people get involved in it. That's all I'm saying.
and that's where you have somebody who wants to make a debut. Nick Nemeth,
Want to
like
do it
Sean
that way,
had
you
said.
can.
Who else is out there that could make a debut? You have
Bunch of people.
Anybody
you got,
else that is?
you got Mustafa Ali. You have other people in there.
We have Top
Like-
Dollar. You got
Top Dollar, yeah. Like there's a whole bunch of people that can come out there and help. I think Adam is going to win this because when he left WWE, he wanted a title of some sort, and they were not going to give him anything there. I don't think he's going to go to another company and keep losing these title matches.
Yeah.
So I think the whole point was, and part of the contract negotiation was, I need a title within the first 3 months of me being there. And if there's no other pay-per-view for AEW until Revolution in March, I don't think he's waiting until then.
I never heard that being a part of his contract, but if that is a
No,
part
I'm
of his
saying-
contract, he's
No, I'm
winning
saying I
tomorrow.
think that's something he probably negotiated into his contract. I'm not saying it is.
Oh,
That's my
okay.
thought.
I was
That's
like,
my
I
thought
never
process.
heard that, but
That's
if
my
that
thought
was,
process on
yeah.
it. Is that's part of the reason why he left is because they wouldn't guarantee him a title. And I think AEW does.
So yeah, this is going to be the last pay-per-view before Revolution on March 3rd. So,
Yeah, and they're as of right now, they're not planning anything else.
I just wanted to see it, and there's a bunch of sources now that have it out there that this is. Because Scalz, you asked me earlier where it was posted.
Mhm.
I just did a quick search, and there's a couple sources that are confirming that this is the last pay-per-view before Revolution.
Yeah, so I don't think that they're going to have Adam hold out for another 3 months,
They are doing a Battle of the Belts on January 6th.
which all the belts are never defended, and it's a waste of time.
Yeah, and then
They
they're
all
doing
retain their titles anyway. So like,
I don't think
that's
I think there's only been
not-
one title change on all 8 Battle of the Belts, and that was the first one.
So they're doing Battle of the Belts on January 6th, and they're doing something on Rampage called Slam Dunk on February 18th, and then we have Revolution on March 5th,
shit.
and then St. Patrick's Day Slam is on the 17th of March, and then another Battle of the Belts on April 7th.
Yeah.
And then we don't have anything special until Double or Nothing May 28th.
So, were you the only one that took Christian, Phil?
Yeah, I'll be the lone wolf on this one. We'll see how it goes. I can
All right.
see Copeland winning this thing. I just think they do it a little bit more.
That's fair. That's fair. So now we have the main event, which is probably the most anticipated match out of any of the ones on the card. Everybody's been talking about it. You have MJF versus Samoa Joe, and it's engrossed in the Devil storyline.
Indeed.
Hey guys, just to apologize, I was looking at the 2023 schedule. I apologize on the
That's okay.
I just realized I was looking at the 2023 schedule because it says 2023, 2024. I apologize. The 2024 schedule though is they have nothing until it's World's End and then Revolution March 3rd. There's nothing in between, not even TV specials or anything. Just that, and then after that, from Revolution on, the other pay-per-views, but they don't have any locations yet for those pay-per-views.
So far, the chat between Malik and Mikey P are both saying that they think Samoa Joe is winning. Who wants to start out with the? Let's do the prediction first of this match before we just start discussing the Devil storyline.
All right. I'm taking Samoa Joe simply for the fact that MJF needs to fucking rest. He's obviously hurt, and he needs the rest. And I think personally that MJF resigned or is resigning, no matter what. But that doesn't sway the fact that Samoa Joe needs this win, and MJF goes home and rests up his body. That's obviously really, really in bad shape.
Yeah.
Phil?
For those of you who know, I've been an MJF guy since day one. I've loved MJF since the company started. I think MJF is easily one of the best pro wrestlers going right now. I've loved what they have done with this run and this reign. But like Sean said, the man needs a rest. He has been going so hard this year. I think Samoa Joe wins this thing because of the Devil, obviously. But not only just because of that, but I think it's just time that we see something new, see something fresh. I think this was a little bit of somewhat inaudible because obviously Adam Cole got hurt. But regardless, Samoa Joe gets it here, and MJF gets his much-deserved rest. And we'll see where things go heading into 2024. This is where MJF's world comes crashing to an end. Hence the pay-per-view name.
Mike?
Man, so I said it the other night that the result of this match is ultimately gonna determine on what happens with the Ring of Honor tag team titles. And this was pretty much, well, it was after the fact that a Ring of Honor tag title match was made. And I said that it's going to determine whether he keeps the Ring of Honor tag titles. Now, he lost the tag titles. They're gone. I as much as I would love, you know what? No, I'm sticking with my pick. I'm going to go with MJF on this because there is another storyline that I kind of stirred up in my mind a little bit, as you guys probably know. And Phil, you don't know about my history with how my mind works, but when I think of something,
It's crazy as fuck.
I'll spend like 4 hours thinking about storylines and stuff. I do. I spend 4 or 5 hours. It's crazy. Sometimes it's
I'm kind of like that myself, honestly. I
So,
just love thinking about stories.
So
pretty
Mike,
much-
if I ever open a wrestling promotion, I'm hiring you as a booker. That's what I'm getting out of it, because obviously you spend like 6 hours thinking about story.
I sometimes spend all day just thinking. So yeah, sure, I'll take it. But anyways, I said that it would determine with the tag titles. I'm sticking with my pick of MJF because here is another storyline that I thought of if MJF were to walk out with the title. MJF needs his rest. We all know that. He does. His body's beaten up. That doesn't mean he still can't walk out with the title. They can build a storyline to where they're undetermined whether MJF is coming back or not because of the whole contract thing. Okay. world title's gone. They can have, and instead of calling it, what is that thing they call it when somebody's holding the title without knowing the real
Hostage?
interim. Okay, without giving the title of interim, have somebody win and become a new world champion. Hence, Adam Cole.
Yep.
Build that storyline, and then before Revolution, have MJF come back with his world title.
So we're gonna have a
Over title.
real world champion again.
Without using that moniker, yes, because it was a dumbass moniker to begin with, but we would have the undisputed champion, Adam Cole, MJF, world title on the line. You're not taking the title off MJF. We don't know whether he's coming back or not. We don't know if he signed a contract, and they could build something with it. And have Adam Cole talk all this crap about him. Just be like, MJF took his ball and ran home, and just pretty much bury the crap out of him. But you got to have Adam Cole involved with the devil thing.
I don't think they take that chance with him walking out of Nassau Coliseum being the champion without them saying he's already re-signed. They're not going to make people think that he's leaving with the belt. You're not going to get any of that thought process. If he wins, everybody's like, okay, he re-signed. It's done. They don't have to worry about him not coming back. If they take the belt off of him and there's no word that he's re-signed or not, people just wonder for 2 months while he's on the shelf. They just wonder where he is, if he's coming back, when he's coming back. Is he going to show up in WWE? Is he coming to TNA? You have the thoughts and you make it unknown by him getting destroyed at this event in his hometown and him losing the belt to Samoa Joe.
If they're going to have it be a squash, though, and I'm sorry for cutting you off, they're going to have this be a squash.
Not a squash, but a beatdown over the time where he just keeps getting beat up. Samoa Joe beats him in the end, does 3 muscle busters, whatever, gets the pin at the end. I don't think it's going to be a squash. That doesn't make sense.
So you're basically
That would be terrible.
a Samoa Joe dominant match. Like, he just obliterates MJF.
Like, MJF makes it competitive for the first 15 minutes.
Okay.
Everything is going on. And then Joe focuses on the weakness of his shoulder, of his knee from a couple weeks ago. And then Joe just picks him apart and they just utterly dominates him from there.
Because I was going to say, if this was going to be a completely Samoa Joe offensive, striking match with no MJF offense whatsoever, then they better put this match on first. Because I'll say this, I'm being a little selfish, which I'm never.
You don't want the night to end that way. I get it.
I don't want the night to end like that. I don't want to walk out of that building with a bad taste in my mouth with it being my first AEW show live. Like,
right.
I want it to be competitive. And if they're not going to make it competitive, then this match better go on first, or at least in the middle of the show.
Well, Mike, just to be honest, welcome to most of the WrestleManias I went to. Leaving with a bad taste in my mouth.
The injuries should ultimately be the story of the match when it comes down to these two, because we all know MJF is legitimately hurt. The shoulder, the hip, the whatever else is bothering him. His back for carrying this championship for as long as he has been. Regardless, whatever the injuries are, those should be the stories of the match, and then you bring in the devil to make sure everything else falls into place.
Correct.
With that. So this is where MJF's world will end, ultimately. But I think he automatically or already resigned It's
No,
just they're keeping it
I
on
agree
hush.
he has too. But if you want to build that suspense to make people think he hasn't, he
Right,
drops the
yes.
belt.
Yes.
Because the minute he retains, they're like, oh, he's already resigned. We don't have to worry about this bidding war between the two companies.
Yeah. Yep.
This could
Even
be one of
though
the biggest
I-
storylines going into 2024 if they do it properly.
2024 is ultimately going to be one of the most, if not the most important years for AEW's cycle, with year number 5 being right there.
Yep.
It's one of, if not the most important, because what are you going to be doing after this whole double storyline? That's what you
Nothing.
got to capitalize on. If you say
But I'm saying
nothing,
if
then
that's
you
what
just don't
happened.
have faith in
No,
year 5.
No, I'm saying that's what people would think if he retains. Like if he retains it, they think, oh, nothing's going to change. It's going to be the same thing.
I mean, the one thing that they'd be leaving out
I
in
would
the
disagree with
hangout
that,
in the
but-
open is the fact, like, you look at everybody who surrounded this storyline throughout the past couple months: Samoa Joe, Wardlow, Adam Cole, the Kingdom. You know, Jay White and the Guns were involved at one point. Like, you had so many people. This was almost like, and I'm not saying it was a mirror image of the Bloodline storyline, but it was almost like it with the involvement of how many people were involved. You know what I mean? Like the amount of people involved.
It was their
That's-
most important storyline, just like the Bloodline is for WWE.
Yes, exactly. And I feel like if they take the belt off MJF, they're going to leave so much out hanging because there's a lot of people that did not get involved when they were trying to be. Like we've seen one match between MJ, or two matches between MJF and Adam Cole, but we're expecting to see it at some point. Wardlow is looking to get involved. Like if they were to take the belt off MJF, then what do they do with Wardlow? They just wipe out the whole fact
He's
that
one of the devil's goons.
focused on. But that's the thing, though, is if MJF goes away, say he goes away for 2 months, we're gonna miss him. We're not gonna forget about him.
AEW misses that. Yeah.
We're gonna miss.
You already
him.
lost Kenny.
This is what they're going to do. They're going to let him.
MJF too.
No, they're going to let him.
Big blow.
They're going to take the title off him, let him rest, come back, and win the title back. Be a 2-time AEW World Champion. Samoa Joe really doesn't I hate to say it, but Samoa Joe really doesn't need the championship for that long, right?
I will counter that saying yes, he absolutely does.
He's been snubbed so many times with a world title in general.
Yes, but for the sake of the storylines you're talking about, until MJF gets healthy,
for the sake
title
of
on Joe, and then have MJF win the title back.
For the sake of what Samoa Joe did in this story by just laying down the other belts, if he doesn't win this belt, everything he's done means nothing.
Then okay, so then have him go to summer as champion. Then.
No, I'm not. I'm saying he holds it at least until Double or Nothing in May. That's where I think he holds it till. Because then you have different people challenging throughout the time. MJF fights his way back up. You get the feel-good storyline, and then boom, MJF turns heel again. Most over heel in the business. Running the show again.
See, but
if it wasn't for Adam Cole and the injury, I always had Adam Cole be the one to beat MJF, but it just happened the way that it did with the injury at Grand Slam, and it turned into this. So,
see, but now with that situation though, you're washing away everybody that's been involved. It's pretty much the same.
No, but you're not, and we're gonna get to that with the Devil storyline. You're not going to wash away everybody because everybody that's been involved is the people that you have thought to have been involved the entire time. MJF is the devil. In my opinion, Adam Cole is the devil.
He's the only one that makes sense to be the devil.
And then the other ones that are all of the other wrestlers and goons that were involved are Roderick Strong, Taven, and Matt Bennett. Those guys right there, Bennett and Taven, are the two new ROH tag team champions. Wardlow is going to use that
Anybody-
momentum from this, and I think, like I said earlier, I can see him winning the Battle Royale for the TNT Championship shot.
Anybody that has been accused of being the devil is simply not the devil.
See, now the latest rumor I heard, and this is the rumor I heard. Okay, this isn't me. This is the rumor I heard. So please don't think it's me.
Go
But the
ahead.
rumor that I heard, and this goes with what Scalz said, Adam Cole, the Kingdom, and Roderick Strong. But the devil, people are saying, might be Britt Baker.
No, God, no, please, no. That would be the worst
I-
fucking thing ever.
I
no,
love
Mike?
Britt, but that shouldn't be it.
I
Mike?
fucking hate Britt Baker.
Mike?
Yeah.
I said that 3 months ago. That I felt she was the devil.
I have a bad.
Because
You gotta remember. I have a really bad.
no, I know. I'm saying, but I speculated that 3 months ago that she was part of the devil. Because Adam Cole got hurt, she was the one doing everything while he was hurt. Because
She's
you
been
haven't
tweeting
seen
all
her,
over the place with this.
and you haven't seen her on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, Sean, you hate her because of everything that happened with Thunder Rosa. If that never happens, you never would have hated her.
Yeah.
And you can't deny that because you probably enjoyed everything she did up until that whole situation happened.
Damn.
Yeah, because you know I'm right.
Yeah, see? You see?
It would be such a twist if that happened, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because why has she been off TV?
Yeah.
There's never been an explanation as to why she was not on TV.
She just hasn't been there.
Right.
And then what
Now-
really baffles with that too, with her being off TV, she puts out that tweet, "Oh, I've had no TV time in the year of 2023." It's like, well, there's a lot of people that haven't had TV time in the year 2023. Quit complaining.
75% of the roster, maybe even
Yeah.
more than that, had TV time in
exactly.
2023.
Exactly. So, and by the way, she has had in 2023, she was on TV because she had, I believe, a TBS title
she definitely
shot.
was.
I don't think she was on Dynamite, though.
No, she was on not Rampage. She was on Collision for the
Yeah,
TBS.
but that's what she was saying. She didn't have any TV time on Dynamite, I think was what she said. And
Well,
But she was at the beginning of the year.
I
She was
know.
in the storyline
she's
Saraya
been
and
on
everybody.
TV in 2023.
Yeah, she was in that feud with Saraya and Ruby and Tony Storm.
That's been a waste.
All that goofy gas that she uses on
The
people.
Outcasts were
at the dead.
terrible. If anybody liked the Outcasts, you didn't like wrestling.
I like the Outcasts.
But
Then I guess you didn't like wrestling, Sean.
So,
Sorry.
The other rumor out there, besides what Jamie said earlier tonight, where he thinks it could be Nick Nemeth, the other rumor out there is that the devil is Jack Perry.
You mean the greatest professional
I would
wrestler of this generation?
absolutely hate it if it was Jack Perry. Oh my
I
god.
would love it. I would love it. That's the greatest professional wrestler of our generation.
He jungle mid. Okay.
I don't think it would make any sense if it was Jack Perry.
It wouldn't,
It would be terrible.
but it would be the whole way of, well, he was still working while he was suspended, and all the hints because of all the broken glass behind everything that's happened when they
Gives
threw
a
the
shit
person
about
through the
broken
pane of glass. But that's what they're
I
saying.
know,
Sean.
I
You
know
it.
that's what the whole thing was about, but fuck it. I just don't like Jungle Boy.
I like him. I think he's a better heel than he is a babyface. I mean, he's a good babyface. I like him as a baby. but I really wanted to see him reach high potentials with being a heel. I did, because I think he was going to get there.
The heel stuff had potential for sure. I'm not going to disagree with you there. It's just after
What
everything that
sucks is there's that saying: you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So
yeah,
it's that. Played a stupid game, won a stupid prize. I think I don't know if I do anything.
All right.
I'm good. I aired out my grievances.
Oh, I have grievances for days, but I'm saving them for many different times and subjects. And
I can I can come up with some more if you want. For another show. Like this roster for AEW, I can talk about that shit all day, but
we could do an episode on that. We could definitely do an episode on that.
Because I think an actual roster split would be great for that, but we'll talk about that later.
So let's wrap this up. Sean, where can everybody find you?
You can find me every Sunday night on the table spot on Rivet City Radio, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern. And you can find me on my socials, Wolf Sean B on TikTok. Click the link and it'll take you to other socials because I don't feel like saying them all.
Phil?
TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, @Fullymet_. It's right there on the name tag. Also, subscribe to my podcast channel if you don't mind the shameless plug. Outside the brand, we are doing this whole new thing for 2024, and it's gonna be a lot easier for people to at least understand what we are doing for the year. So 2024, whole new season for OTB. Let's go. Thank you, guys.
Mike?
All right. I got a long list, so bear with me. You can find me at MiddleMike714 all across the socials. I'm talking TikTok, X, Instagram, and even Snapchat. Don't be afraid to add me on Snapchat because I post things on Snapchat I post things on Snapchat that I don't post on X. I don't post on TikTok. Add me on Snapchat. Don't be afraid. MiddleMike714. As far as here, you can catch me every Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the table spot with Sean. Earlier in the day on Sunday mornings at 11 a.m., you catch me on Rivet City Red Zone with Johnny H. On Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch me on Prince's Movie Madness with Prince.
Thank you, Mikey.
Thank you, Mikey P.
Thank you, Mikey.
I am Scalz. As you can see across the banner on the bottom, that is a link to the Off the Top Media merch shop, where we have merch from Off the Top, Sin City Wolf, and there are about to be some new stuff coming out once the new year hits. So be on the lookout for that. We have our shows that we normally do every week. On Tuesdays, we have NXT on Tap with myself, Phil, and Jax, where we cover NXT. Friday nights here normally is 10 p.m. right after SmackDown, where we give a little SmackDown review, and then we do our football picks. Only a couple weeks left in the football season, so kind of excited for that to see where that goes. Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Normally we have Ringside Chatter. It's a little bit on a hiatus right now. That'll be coming back in the new year. Might be moving to Sundays for recording purposes. And then, sorry for the interruption. That should be back shortly as well with Shadow. And yeah, we got lots of things coming for 2024. Like I said earlier, for Off the Top and for Rivet City Radio. We want you all here for the ride. Make sure you guys are here for the ride. Make sure you guys enjoy it with us. Spread the news. Let's get us out there. Let's make this popular. Let's have some fun. Anything else you guys got to say before we sign off?
Just one real quick announcement. Special day and start time for Table Spot this week. It is not going to be on Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because of it being New Year's Eve. We are going to be live on Monday afternoon on New Year's Day at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Y'all get to see me hungover and tired of shit, so
And what are you going to be covering on Table Spot this week, Mike?
We are going to be doing our World's End reactions.
So if you guys missed the pay-per-view on Saturday night, make sure you check it out here on Off the Top YouTube, as well as the Rivet City Radio Twitch, so we can get all your results and news from AEW's World's Ends. I want to thank everybody for coming out, and we'll catch you again soon. Watch out for us in 2024. Have a great night.